Our next reader is Kirk Wilson. Another Kirk. There's 3 here, just in case you're wondering.
On the line, too.
We're aligned.
This must mean something.
Tic-tac.
Temporarily. Kirk Wilson is a writer and poet. His book Unsolved was published in the US and UK. Currently he's working on a novel titled The Goat's Eye.
I want to start with a shout out to our fearless leader who was able to herd us all in the same direction, more or less, for 9 months. Quite an accomplishment. The Goat's Eye is a sequence of stories that are told by a family called the Holidays. They're West Texas ranchers. And each story is told by a different member of the family at a different point in time. And this is a story that opens the book. It's told by an adopted member of the family whose name is Rascal. And he's 19 at this time, and it's 1957. We're screwing like squirrels in the laundry room, Chloe and I, knocking up against the front panel of Aunt Bug's new Maytag dryer so hard it complains like it's drying a bowling ball. I'm 2 years older, but I'm her uncle, more or less, and she's my niece, and we've both been hornier than toads for each other since puberty, which seems forever to us, but in the great dance of time is nothing, nothing at all. It was fate that gave us our opportunity. The same bolt of fate that struck down old great Aunt Bug left us sitting unchaperoned on the musty lumps of her sofa in her parlor, the only room on the planet still called a parlor by any living human. First we sat close, and then we sat closer. And our arms touched, and the short hairs of them tickled our skins into a bad case of goose pimples. And our cheeks burned, and we kissed and tongued, and then we felt, and then we stroked, and then we started looking for a room where no one could bust in without a warning racket first, and found the laundry, which is in the cellar of Bug's overgrown, falling down Victorian castle up on a mesa at the crown of her ranch, and which features a deadbolt on the door and 2 flights of intervening stairs between us and any of our relatives. You can climb up in this house and look out from its turrets. You'll see emptiness every way you turn. It's a wilderness, but what is it? You could run into Geronimo or John the Baptist or just about anybody out there. Terrain-wise, you're looking at high desert and mountains with giant eroded human-featured figures, ghost stories made out of rock, staring back at you on top. In those mountains, there are caves and rock shelters with smoked ceilings and walls covered with red handprints and pictures of bears, where you can pick up flint hide scrapers and arrow points and metates and all kinds of tools that go back 10,000 years. You have to be careful where you reach, especially in wintertime, because rattlers like to hibernate in those caves, but you can hold those tools in your hand and tell how they were used, and put the same hand up against that stone wall inside that handprint that is already there, that has been waiting for you all that time. Those people had small hands, more like Aunt Bug's. When I was a kid, I could pretty much fit my hand in theirs. Now my fingers spill out over the ones up on the wall. If you pay attention on your perch, you can watch a couple of roads made of packed dirt run off to nowhere and catch some movement from dust devils and tumbleweeds jumping like they're scared of getting shot. A ragged line of boulders big as dinosaurs stands out there for sentinels, and usually there's a stack of buzzards spiraling down on the latest thing that's died. This is the whole world, and its owner of the moment his great Aunt Bug. Nobody comes looking for us. Nobody hears the pounding on the Maytag. Nobody is scandalized or outraged or titillated or even blessed with the option of giving a good goddamn, because every soul who might care is 2 floors away in the creepy, bric-a-brac festooned bedroom where Bug lies dying. Chloe and I know for a simple fact that not one of the Death Watchers will leave that room prematurely for anything less than an act of God Almighty, and then it better be a good one, because they all live in mortal, quaking awe of the little woman at the center of their diorama. At the present moment, what they fear most is that if they dare to take their eyes off her unconscious form, she will rise up and call her lawyer to write them out of her will. There's no telling how old Bug is, but it's not much either in that grand dance I'm talking about. There are stones up in our mountains, I hear, that are 500 million years old. Compared to those stones, people aren't much a part of it. We've been here no time at all. It's only been 1957 years since Jesus split a hymen from the inside out. Seems an odd way to measure time. But there it is. How many years do you have, is what the Mexicans say, like we own our time in this world. I've got 19, almost 20. Chloe's got 17 plus.